What's up everybody and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. Now if you're anything like me, you absolutely love the Elder Scrolls series. My personal favorites was Morrowind and especially Skyrim. I put so many hours into that game, I completely lost myself in that frozen winter wonderland. It was amazing. Likewise, I also loved ESO. My sister and I spent countless hours questing and grinding, trying to personalize our armor sets. It was amazing and we had so much fun, and there's still much more to explore. The world of Tamriel is truly a magical place, and for an entire generation of gamers, it was like a second home. Literally, I have a second home in Tamriel because I built one with my books and potions, and I was able to customize it, so it really immerses you into this world. Naturally, of course, if there's ever any opportunity to be able to review any kind of merchandise or collectibles from this wonderful franchise, it's gonna happen on this show. So today we're gonna be reviewing Gaming Head's The Elder Scrolls version of the High Elf, part of the Heroes of Tamriel statues. Let's take a closer look. I don't think any Elder Scrolls fan didn't spend countless hours trying to perfect every minute detail of the way that their character would look. Personally, I always loved being a high elf and a female, so this is exactly what more or less my character would have looked like. The head sculpt here is absolutely fantastic. I love the countenance in the face, the makeup is done so well, the tiara is fantastic, and just take a look at the hair sculpt. The color palette for the hair is beautiful. I love that red. I especially like the detail in the ears. Overall, this is a magnificent job, and I know that we like to customize, but this is pretty awesome. Now the armor set here is kind of like a love letter to me, because this is the way I would go. With my armor sets, I love those natural earth tones, and this is a perfect recreation. Stylistically, it is magnificent, but the color palette here with the dull armor and those nice browns and olives look fantastic. I especially like the details in the buckles and definitely in the pouches. Now, all of these things connect magnetically, which is pretty awesome, so it's not such a pain in the ass to remove them. You do have to build this piece. Overall, I love the modularization. The lower half of this piece is truly epic. I love the stance here. But most importantly, you get some more great detail of the way the armor sets connect, the color palette, and just these little highlights with the rivets are a lot more pronounced. The buckles are fantastic as well, and you also have to take a look at the textures. This thing is just so well done, guys, especially the sculpt in the lower boots. I mean, so much detail went into this, and of course, the price point is kind of reflective of that because this is not a cheap piece. Now, of course, in the world of Tamriel and the Elder Scrolls, there are a number of weapons that you can use and customize. Among my favorites, though, was definitely the Elvish Blades, and this one is a perfect recreation. I absolutely love the hilt here, and the handle, it's very ornate. In terms of the color palette, I love that they went with a dull blade finish, and it has these really nice dry brush techniques, which makes it look much more organic. I just love the symmetry of it, and the way it just kind of feeds in to the overall blade. Just looks magnificent, guys. Now, of course, you also have several options in terms of abilities in the Elder Scrolls, so if you're yielding magic, you know that you can kind of dual wield with the blade and your magic, and here again is another perfect recreation of those abilities. I absolutely love the orb in her hand. It's this nice green translucent color, which really stands out and is a focal point here. She's holding it in the cusp of her hand. It looks fantastic, guys. It is kind of a shame that there's not a light up feature here, but again, if that were to happen, the price point would go up and this piece is already considerably expensive. Now, you definitely want to mirror this piece because there is an incredible amount of detail on the reverse side. Let's start with the hair sculpt. Just take a look at this, guys. It is absolutely breathtaking. Layer upon layer of sculpt, the strands are magnificent, and there's a lot of diamondism there. Now, I want you to note that the robes in the back, or those strands of fabric, are sculpted, but they are individually sculpted, and they plug in magnetically, which is really awesome, guys, so it's not a pain in the ass. And of course, you get a better sense of the way that she attaches to the base. Overall, this is magnificent. Definitely mirror this one. Now, overall, I'm very pleased at the way the base came out, even though it does look like a bowl of soup or a bowl of porridge. Nevertheless, I love the granularization in the middle with the earth, and I also love the rim, which looks really nice. There's a lot of detail, and there's a lot of encryption there. But most importantly, just take a look at the lower base. You have that iconic three-headed dragon circle in perpetuity that comes to symbolize Elder Scrolls, which is really nice and is incredibly sculpted, guys. Overall, I like it. Relatively small footprint in relation to the piece, which is always a good thing. You know that feeling in Elder Scrolls when you finally get that really rare armor set or the really rare weapon? Well, that's what I feel with this piece. It is an instant Holy Grail piece. It sold out almost immediately. So if you guys want this, you're going to have to go to the secondary market. If you find one for a relatively good price, pick it up, guys. It is epic. Now, before I go, I just want to thank the folks over at Big Bad Toy Store for sending this wonderful piece over for review. And if you're interested in this and other collectibles, please visit www.bigbadtoystore.com. Alright everybody, so that's my official review on Gaming Heads, the Elder Scrolls version of the High Elf, part of the Heroes of Tamriel statues. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.